Hello and welcome to LXM Del Mar, brought to you by Champion and Adrenaline. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Samir Chaudhry, and I can't tell you how excited I am for the second installment of this year's LXMPRO Tour.
Absolutely. We're coming off of a fantastic season opener at Orange Coast College, and now staying in Southern California down here in San Diego at a fantastic event here from Adrenaline. 15 fields going on right now, as you can see a nice big shot of the Mar Polo Grounds here. But we just talked about the last event, so let's check out some highlights and talk about the recap here from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and Maverick got up early. Both teams played fantastically well on the defense. Wind's going to be a little bit of an issue today, so I want to apologize in advance for that. A beautiful day here in Del Mar, about 75 degrees aside from the wind. But yeah, both teams played fantastic defense. If you can go out there and hold K-18 to 0 goals, then you're really putting yourself in a position to win.
Absolutely, but without Kyle Harrison putting the ball in the back of the net, you had Sam Bradman with 5 goals. And then Matt Russell, another captain from Team STX, with the game-winning save on Billy Bitter. So now let's take a look at the knock-around LXMPRO recap. And so you see Team STX going to 1-0 with that first win right there, taking the W 14-13. The face-offs was really interesting stat to see. Maverick United winning 23 face-offs and STX only winning 14. So that's definitely going to be a factor tonight. With Maverick's new face-off guy. And then ground balls, again, Maverick United winning that game, and Maverick United winning the game on the shots. But it was really Matt Russell in the cage with 17 saves and the game-winning saves that helped them take away that victory.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about both goalies. And we actually have a new goalie in the cage for Maverick United, Gavazdin out of Hopkins, who I actually just had a conversation with Johnny Rodriguez about him, and he was a guy that was a year or two ahead of him and came from about the same area, and a guy that Johnny really looked up to. So no drop-off that you can expect to see in the cage, but a new look for Maverick United.
Absolutely, and talking about some of these new players, and let's check out the skills players to watch on the Team STX side. So, as always, I think we're always going to be watching this guy, Peter Baum, a new addition to the tour, midfielder from Colgate. We'll have to see if he's playing on the attack side. And right now we're actually going to take a quick break for the national anthem.
And just about to get underway, you can see the guys all suited up, pretty fired up. A lot of jumping around going on pregame for especially Maverick. You can see the focus in their eyes, how deliberate their movements and steps are. They're ready to play.
Yeah, well, they went up real early in the game down in Orange County. Eric Crum with the first goal of the season, and between him and Johnny Christmas, it was very easy for them to go up, but then just not able to finish out the game. Billy Bitter with a great dodge at the end, but again, like we talked about, Matt Russell standing him up and just a huge save on the doorstep to finish out the game.
Yeah, and those are some of those goals that we saw Johnny Christmas score last season, so it might be something to think about, giving the ball to Johnny Christmas, the savvy veteran, in those situations.
And let's get back here to the skills players to watch on the Team STX side. We talked about Peter Baum, but again, to talk about the attack line, Tim Desco, another newcomer from Syracuse. He had 3 last game. They're finding him in the crease. We talked to Kyle Harrison yesterday on our pregame hangout. He said Tim Desco was filling a void that they didn't have before. It allows them to really drive, draw a slide, and dump it off to him in the crease. So check out him. He'll be there all day. And another attackman, Max Ritz, outside shooter, number 10 for Team STX from Maryland. You'll see him taking some big rips and carrying the ball quite a bit for Team STX.
Yeah, and he's just got laser precision with both sides. He's another guy that we talked to on one of the pregame Google Hangouts, which you should check out, about shooting and how he got so good with both hands. And the answer to that question was he got hurt and had to develop his other hand. I hope for all you young players it doesn't come to something like that, but him being able to shoot from both sides with such precision is what makes him so dangerous.
We have a great view here on the field. All the fans crowding around, a really great atmosphere, and we're underway here in San Diego.
And there's the ground ball. This Benson Irwin gets it, and they're off on the break. Loses the handle, I think, getting a little excited, something you don't usually see from the LXMPRO players. But this game is a big deal. It's serious, and Brandon Corp in the game. Didn't see a whole lot of him last time, but always a guy who's very dangerous.
Yeah, Corp has a unbelievable shot from the outside, that low to high release that he has. Look for that. They're going to try and find him on that wing and give him some time and space to release that. There's
Brenneman working on Davis, trying to get around, and Davis played fantastic defense, mainly against, and there's a big shot by Graham Gill, and that one goes in the goal, and just like that, it's 1-0 Maverick United off to an early lead once again.
And Graham Gill with a real fundamental release right there over the top. He caught it, had a little bit of space. What you saw there was that Max Davis was playing some great defense, but then the double came and there was not a recovery on the backside. Graham Gill saw that, called for the ball, high-to-high release, and just got it by his former teammate, Matt Russell.
And we've talked about this already, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again, but Maverick United's dominance at the face-off X is something that really propelled them last game. And Hannigan picking up right where he left off as he's able to win the ball back, and Tintle gets the ground ball.
Yeah, and again, like we talked about in the last game, Maverick United dominating the face-off X, but not able to close out the game. So we'll have to see how that plays out for the rest of this game if they can continue winning that face-off X.
There's Tintle over to Corp and down to Christmas. Another real attack-driven team. Christmas working on Drennan. Should be a matchup to watch because Christmas wants to get his. Brennan with the high step. Looking to get inside. Feeds across the crease. Finds Corp, who can't quite handle it, and Russell gets the ball. You don't see him miss very many of those.
That almost went into the cage. But Corp, a great cut to the backside right there. Fortunate for Team STX that they couldn't finish that one.
Yeah, and Brenneman is one of those guys who's a lot of the times a shoot-first guy, and when he gets his hands free, I think it's a little bit of a surprise even to some of the STX players that he sends that ball across. But a guy who's very dangerous both on the dodge and on the pass. And if he can get both of those running, then he's going to be a real difference maker for Maverick United. And there's Bratton just shaken up. Takes the big outside rip just off the mark, and Desco brings it in for the quick restart, working again on Hamilton Pollard this week, who had a huge week in the defensive highlights. And there's Harrison looking for Bratton. Nice check, again, with the defensive play from both. And there's Porter putting Bratton down, but the ball picked up by Max Ritz. And back to Bratton.
And they're going to want to test Gvozden early. This is his first LXMPRO game. He's a new goalie to this league. They're definitely going to want to hammer him with shots early in this game.
Yeah, and Rodriguez out just 2, and there's the goal early, that one from Baum. What a shot coming around the crease, just low to low. I think Gvozden was looking for the low to high on that one and able to just sneak it by him. Still almost got to it, but a great shot and take for Peter Baum.
And Baum has such a good dodge. Just so hard to the cage right there from X. A nice low-to-low release, and Baum looks very comfortable at the attack position today.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think of him looking anything but comfortable the way he's played the last couple seasons. And there's a face-off win for STX. And Tintle going to get the flag there, and that's going to be a hold.
You see Biz throwing the flag there. We'll hear from him all day. He's actually mic'd up today. Lucky not to get another flag there. Let's listen into Biz.
On the ground, we kill the play. 2-3, holding, 30.
And Biz definitely one of those guys who's more of a let him play type of official. So I mean that one was pretty definitely had to make that call.
It was a one-handed wrap check, and that a lot of times those checks are going to go around and hit the player in the face. But a good opportunity right now for us to take a look at the Team STX man-up unit, which is really what I think one of the most unstoppable man-up units out there today.
Yeah, every one of these guys can hurt you from just about anywhere on the field. And we had a good talk about Bradman. What a save by Boston right on the doorstep coming around the corner as he's able to pull it out. And you have to think that he's going to try and get it to one of the shorties. Has Baller calling for it, and Baller gets it, looking across, able to get the ball across. And Team Maverick able to clear the ball with pretty much no trouble on that one, as Graham Gill's going to get it and step in as we're just about back to full strength. And Gill going to pull it out, and STX just looks content to let them wait this one out, and they're back up to full strength. And a pretty good scoring opportunity for STX on that man up, but an even better save by Gavosdin. As you see the quick look inside, pretty ambitious pass looking for Crum from Gill, but if anyone can handle that, it's Crum.
Absolutely, and like you said, a good scoring opportunity for them. Max Ritz with a nice shot, but if Gavosdin gets comfortable, it's going to be a long day for those STX shooters. And
he's a guy that they called in from just a few days ago. Rodriguez was set to play and was actually having a shoot around with Kyle and a couple of the guys early, and just took a bad shot, and it hit him in the collarbone. So really, really unlucky play for Rodriguez.
So 10:33 to go in the first quarter. Score all tied up here. Here's Harrison. He's got a shorty matchup. I think he's going to want to exploit this. You see him go right there. Nice shot down the alley.
Pulled it just a little bit, but had all the room in the world to make that shot. You have to think whatever he missed on that one, he's going to be able to fix on this next go. As Baum gets the ball and moves the ball up to Bradman.
Bradman with 5 goals in the last game. I think he's going to be looking to have another big day out here in San Diego.
A nice look across for Desco, and Desco can't get it by the defender as he pops it up. And coming through, it looks like Baller. He's looking inside. Nice look. Can't quite come up with it as Corp. And a bunch of near misses for Maverick United right now. It could easily be 3 or 4 to 1.
First quarter jitters right now. We'll see them both teams settle into this game a little bit. A lot of fans out here. Hot day, so as they settle in, we'll see them connecting on those passes a lot more.
Yeah, and just a reminder, as always, we'll be answering your tweets, questions, comments, anything you got, so be sure to comment in the field below, as well as send your tweets to me at CMarshallTLN. Love to hear from you. As STX moves back into their offense, looking pretty comfortable right now. Definitely a little slower look than we're used to seeing from Team STX, as Braum is working from X.
This attack unit for Team STX moves the ball so well between Tim Desco, Peter Baum, Max Ritz. These guys can really swing the rock, and you see that helps out a lot as they're moving it through X and around the offense.
There's Baum, and you could see them waving him up. And now he's got the shorty looking inside, and what a check from Brandon Porter over the top, able to knock that one out of Ramel Bratton's stick. And the human highlight reel does it again, splits the D, coming inside, looking for Corp. Corp's with the shot and goal. What a play in transition for Maverick United.
Absolutely unbelievable play right there. Defense turning into offense. Fantastic play for Maverick United, and they're up 2-1 with 8:53 to go in the first.
And that's the kind of solid teamwork we've come to expect out of Maverick United. You see Porter go over the head, get the trail check, knock the ball out of the stick, pick up the ground ball, and move it up the field quickly and get that shot off. I mean, when you got guys like Crum and Corp and Christmas working around the goal up that close, I mean, they'd never miss those. And that's another win for DeFelice. who can't come up with the ground ball, but able to at least give Hannigan some trouble at the beginning.
And as Carter brings this ball in and they're settling in, let's talk about the Gatorade keys to the game. And I think, the number one key we have here is stopping Mavericks' Eric Crum on the crease. We just saw not only Crum, but Brandon Korb is dangerous on the crease as well. So I think just that crease play in general is dangerous as we see Crum with the ball. The goalie play out of both these goalies, Matt Russell with the game-winning save last game, and then Gvozden tonight. We'll have to see how that plays out. And the last one containing Bradman and the STX midfield. We've already seen Bratton, Harrison, and Bradman shaking and baking up there.
And there's Corp taking it himself, a little shake and bake, lowers his shoulder, gets around the corner, and goes low-to-low 5-hole on Russell. And that's 2 goals in a row for Corp.
We just talked about stopping Crum and Corp on the crease, but it looks like Corp, another dodging threat. To add him to that attack line with Johnny Christmas and have 2 dodging threats, it's gonna be a long day for that STX defense. And
Corp's one of those guys who's sneaky. It's like you don't expect him with just the name recognition to go out there and hurt you real bad, but he had a couple 4 or 5 goal games last season, and one of those guys who I think wants to make an impression moving into the starting lineup. Dave Felice with the fake and then takes the shot, trying to do it himself just over the goal, and Gvozden letting his defense know that he doesn't want that shot to happen again. As he gets the ball moving up and over to Hamilton Pollard. Back to Gvozden. And looks like Max Ridge pretty much just going to let them bring this ball up. Try and match feet there at the midline, and Tintle able to sneak across and get the ball. Again, just a real solid fundamental clear for Maverick United. Sean Lindsay now with the ball, working on Davis, and I think this is the matchup they're going to want to go to. And look for Lindsay on the feed off of the dodge. Definitely one of the best passers on the move on the LXMPRO Tour. There's Brenneman going downhill, trying to get his hands free, looking to take the shot, runs right through the check. Can't get anything going, trying to move across the crease, finds Lindsay. Lindsay rolls back. Look inside. Brenneman with the shot, a big save by Russell going low, can't find it. The ball's still down, big hit behind the goal, kicked out. Looks like Corp is going to be able to get it. And let's see, it's going to be a push going against Maverick. And Max Davis going to bring the ball up. And Brenneman not happy as he's about 20 yards further up, and Davis has a lane. Looks inside, no-look pass. There's the shot in the goal from Desko, and Brenneman's got a gripe as he stole 20 yards on that clear.
Absolutely. You see Brenneman is not happy about that. Let's hear if we can listen into Biz. See if he has anything to say about that. But, nonetheless, a great play by Max Davis to draw and dump it off to Desko in the crease. Just like Kyle Harrison said on our interview yesterday, Desko is filling that void. If they can draw the crease man, Desko is going to finish it inside every time. And
Dave Felice must have spent some time watching the tape from last week because he is doing work at the faceoff X right now. And another win, and it's 3-2 in favor of Maverick with 6:29 to go in the first half. Shamel Bratton working from up top on Porter. Gets by, takes the shot, and scores the goal, and just like that, it's 3-3.
And we saw Bratton score a goal similar to that down the left alley in the last game, his first goal. Like you said, finesse. Since his college days, he's really come on to being able to dodge inside, get real close to the cage, and place it. And that's something that, we've seen Shamel Bratton as an outside shooter, as a quick move and shoot low to high from the outside, but he's able to just touch those in and put them in the right spot.
Hannigan able to win it to himself, pulls it back out as they go right back into their offense, trying to settle in a little bit, take a little of the air out of the ball, as much as you can in these games, to get their offense back on track. They gave up 2 quick ones and now have an opportunity to take the lead once again as Tintle throws a stick fake. Rolling back, takes the diving shot, and just off the mark, but a possession shot as Christmas backs it up. Christmas going to bring the ball in, 5:49 to go in the first. Game tied 3-3, looking to feed. But he's got that low center of gravity, takes the quick shot right off the hip of Drennan, and that is nearly impossible to stop if you are Russell. Nice stick fake as it moves the ball back up top.
Christian Pastrick down there checking into the game. His first touch.
and Benjamin able to keep the ball in his stick there. Another one of the new players. Nice look inside. There's Crum, and Crum buries it top shelf. What a shot as he pushes the lead to 4-3 with 5:12 to go in the quarter.
What a play right there. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be able to find Crum in the crease. A nice little no-look pass in there, and Crum is so dangerous in the crease. I mean, he was doing a clinic with some kids a little bit before this game right on this field, and I was actually listening into some of his tips, and he really has the crease play dialed in. The way he can catch, turn, and find a spot is really unbelievable, and I haven't seen anybody else on this tour able to do it.
I mean, it's basically a no-look shot. I mean, he has such good field awareness because he caught the ball low and then was able to go high to high right over the shoulder. He didn't take a look back, and for him to be able to hit such a small spot in the goal is incredibly impressive. And another face-off win for Maverick as Porter's able to get the ground ball and move back onto the offensive side of the field. And that's Cunningham, who's been doing a real good job on the wing as well for Maverick. And Crum looking to get around the corner, takes the shot, and again, a fantastic effort from Crum, but an even better save by Russell. So he's able to move the ball outside, get it to Gradinger, and Gradinger back to Russell. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. And this is figuring to be another real barn burner as these teams playing very well so far. And Davis brings the ball up, making sure he isn't going to be offsides there as STX subs through the midline.
You see that ball move through the STX attack as Bradman checks in to get their first line midfield there. Kyle Harrison with a full head of steam.
And Kyle Harrison from the restraining line, not quite on the mark, and then Bradman just picks it up and cleans it up. What a shot by Bradman. He is so good at that.
Right place, right time. I mean, I feel like we said that multiple times last game about Sam Bradman. He scored the game-winning goal in a very similar fashion to that. He is so opportunistic. Great lacrosse IQ. As Kyle Harrison and him, when they're on the field together, they're going to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I feel like Bradman's going to start owing rent to the right place. The way he's there so often. It's pretty crazy. DeFeli's able to win the ball forward to himself, and it seems like that's the way he's getting it. And then there's Max Ritz with the Peter Baum with the big-time rip. Pretty similar stroke for those guys. Very dangerous outside, especially on the break. And Baum working on Baller. Looking at the ball to get the ball in again to Kyle Harrison. And Kyle Harrison working on Tintle, the shorty. And that's a tough matchup. Takes the shot.
And that's in the back of the net.
And that one just snuck right by. I don't think Gavazin ever saw it. Hit maybe a funny spot and went in, but when you got a shot like that, you just got to get it towards the goal, and half the time it'll go in.
Kyle Harrison with his first goal of the 2013 LXMPRO Tour. And that was a very fundamental release right there, high to low, and just sticks it right by Gavazin.
Changes the plane. I mean, you don't get more fundamental than that. Bounce shot, high to low to high, and that's the first lead of the game for STX.
A lot of offense here in this first quarter.
And it's definitely a change from what we saw in the first quarter in the last game. Teams playing much closer to the breast in that one than they are here. They kind of get a little feel for each other and a feel for the other team and going at it full steam. And that's, like I said, the first lead of the game for Team STX with 3:24 to go in the first quarter. Graham Gill has a lane, switches hands, gets the shot off, and that one off the pipe. What a take, but picked up. Missed. Ball still down, and then finally picked up by Brenneman as he gets it inside. And what a check by Gradinger as Lindsay had all the space to try and get that one off. You know he wants that one back as Corp working on a shorty from up top, trying to get free, quick double, and Brian Kelly is all over him, and he throws the over-the-head check that he loves. So much size coming there at 6'6", able to throw that check with ease, but Corp able to pick the ball up, but getting a beating. There's Kazmar with the takeaway check, and looks like he might try and do this himself, but can't get the ball across. Ball stays in. Brenneman giving him everything he can handle, and Graham Gill able to pick the ball up, and it looks like it's going to be a push going against Maverick United as STX is going to be able to keep it with 2:35 to go in the first.
How about all of that defense down there? I mean, check after check. These guys are landing them.
Bratton bringing the ball up. That's Ramel Bratton. Taking a big hit coming inside from Jimmy Burrell. Again, Baum working from X. Trying to get free on Ballard. Ballard throwing some really great checks there, not giving Baum a whole lot of space. As Shamel Bratton has it up top, back to Ritz and over to Bratton. Looks like a Reskovich getting into the game for the first time after switching squads.
Nice face dodge there from Shamel Bratton, just not able to get through.
And again, looking to get some space. Here's Miller, who's a big body. That one just off the mark and pays the price as Hamilton Pollard lets him know that he's on the crease.
The enforcer down there, Hamilton Pollard. Not going to let anybody come inside there.
And there's Baum coming inside, takes another big hit. Ritz from Pollard. And Pollard's going to be laying lumber all day. 1:26 to go, still just a one-goal game. And again, please send us your tweets, comments, questions. Looking across the field, didn't feel comfortable with that one. Finds Pollard as he's able to get it and gets it back to Gvozden and moves the ball up the field. Again, not a problem on the clear as Jimmy Burrell able to get the ground ball and no problem getting across the midline.
You know, a lot of viewers telling us where they're watching from. Make sure to comment below and let us know where you're watching from. So far, the furthest place I've seen is Manchester, England.
Manchester, England.
Yeah.
How about that? Thanks for tuning in. One of the hotbeds since the World Games in 2010.
Absolutely. Tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And make sure to stay tuned. We have a adrenaline gear giveaway this half. We're going to be announcing the question shortly.
And there's Pastrick moving the ball back up. Benjamin trying to get his hands free, takes the shot just off the mark. Looks like Davis got his stick in there to disrupt his shooting angle just a little bit. Looks like there's another ball on the field bouncing back off the net there, as Christmas going to bring the ball in. And there's Corp, almost gets the shot off, and a nice look coming inside as Corp's able to get the ground ball himself. Pastrick trying to get free, working inside. Nice look inside, pays the price on the hit as Burrell's able to get it with a one-handed pickup.
10 seconds
trying to get it to Corp.
First here.
Takes the shot. And 6 seconds to go. Big hustle. Doesn't have 5 seconds to get back. Quick whistle. No one in the cage. And they can't get the ball to anyone on the crease. And that's going to do it for one quarter of action. 5-4 in favor of STX after the mad flurry of shots for Maverick to end the quarter. You're watching the Lacrosse Network, and I'm Chris Marshall here with Samir Chaudhry. Stay tuned for the second quarter of action.
Ever after working, overworking, making, doing, make that harder, better, faster, stronger. Working harder, make it better, doing faster, make that stronger. Harder, better, faster, stronger. All and ever, hour after hour, working never over. Working harder, make it better, doing faster, make that stronger. All and ever, hour after hour, working never over.
And welcome back to LXM Del Mar. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Samir Chaudhry, live on the Lacrosse Network, brought to you by Champion and Adrenaline. And a real fantastic first quarter of action, 5-4 in favor of Team STX, but that's their first lead of the game as Maverick came out firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely. You know, we saw quite a action-packed first quarter. A lot of offense in that quarter. We'll have to see if the defense picks up here as we come as the second quarter is underway.
And there's a big ground ball for STX as Davis able to get the ball. A nice stick fake as Pastors goes for the rusty gate, not going to get there. And caught Davis, it looked like, who's trying to get off the field. And a big ground ball by Ballert, trying to get away. And Ritz selling out, but can't quite get him as the Porter gets the ball for Maverick.
And we saw that matchup with Christian Pastrick and Max Davis. Two guys who played together, against each other in high school. Pastrick played at St. Mary's out in Maryland, and Max Davis playing at the Friends School. These guys are definitely used to playing against each other, and they say they really enjoy this matchup. And I think any chance they have to go at each other, they're going to be going at it all day. Definitely, and
definitely one of those matchups where the guys are similarly sized as well. I know some of the sometimes it's hard to get a good line on someone you're playing defense on. Kyle Harrison going for that big wrap check that we saw him land a couple times last game as Tintle brings the ball in, takes the shot, and that one just off the mark. But like I was saying, if you're a guy like Hamilton Pollard and you're working on a guy like Max Davis, it's tough to get low enough to get on their hips and they can get under your checks. So, I mean, I think that's a good matchup from a number of different angles.
A little invert here for Maverick United with Tintle.
Yeah, we got Johnny Vegas Namer tuning in. And there's Russell coming out of the cage, taking a big hit. And Crum, did you even lift, bro?
That was unbelievable from Eric Crum. Just dodging, spinning, taking whatever hits you can take, and just bearing the rock there. Unbelievable goal from Eric Crum.
Yeah, I think Russell bit off a little more than he could chew on that one as Crum just shoulders him off and dives and buries it top shelf. And that's a fantastic individual effort from Crum. And again, shout out to Johnny Vegas Namer tuning in, tweeting at us just now. Another one of the guys doing a great job in Southern California helping to grow the game. So definitely check him out at Johnny Vegas. 45. And Bradman taking the ball in. 13 minutes to go in the half. Looking across, can't quite find him. Baum's going to be able to save it. What a play, selling out, able to get it back across to Tim Desco. And Desco spinning inside, takes the shot. No, sorry, still has it. What a fake. And the big-time rip from outside from Shamel Bratton, who already has one. Man, I don't get faked out like that very often, and that is a big-time fake coming from Desco. What a job he's doing. And Baum with the shot, trying to find Ritz, and can't come up with it, and unable to get the ground ball is Tom Garvey. And the ball's going to stay with Maverick United with the game knotted at 5 with 12:30 to go in the half.
What a fake there by Tim Desco.
Man.
Everybody on the field and everybody in the crowd was faked out by that one.
And there's Sean Delaney. Moves the ball up to Bratton. Bratton loses it and able to land a pretty solid check in there to get the ball away from Porter. Porter can't come up with it. And it looked like Bradman was going to be able to get that ground ball and have a lane right to the goal, which is kind of what we see. Nice man ball play out of Maverick. But Shamel Bratton able to come up with the ground ball. And again, you see these guys, great man ball. And Shamel turning the corner, trying to get the shot off, and he does. That one's on the outside. As you see kind of the inadvertent whistle. And it's going to be Maverick's ball, but great effort. Again, off the ball, you see both teams sending 3-4 guys to the ball. And if you're a young player watching, I mean, that's exactly what you need to do when there's a ground ball. You send, 3-4 guys to get out there and make sure you're doing a real good man ball play.
And as Maverick clears the ball here, let's get to our Adrenaline first half gear giveaway. So here we have a question. Which member of the tour held his school's with a shot right there. But which member of the tour held his school's all-time points record in college, only to be broken by another LXMPRO? So answer below in the comments section.
This is a fantastic question.
This is a great question. First one to get this one right, win some Adrenaline gear.
And it's a big-time shot from Brenneman. Like I said earlier, can really make some moves on the dodge. As Russell's going to bring the ball up, like he's going to take it across himself. And it looks like they're going to get an offsides call, or rather timeout by Coach Dante, and that's a real heads-up play for Coach Dante, able to make that call. because it looked like Russell got into a little bit of trouble once he crossed the midline.
Absolutely, Matt Russell. I mean, you heard the crowd yelling coast to coast. I think they were looking for him to go all the way. But take an opportunity here to check out the Maverick players to watch. On the Maverick United side, we have Mike Gavosden, the new goalie. We've talked about him. Brandon Korp, who we've already seen, has a pair of goals today. Fantastic play out of him, new to the attack line there. And then Brendan Porter, defensive midfielder on the Maverick side. A big body at 6'4", 215. You'll be seeing him running all over the field today for the rest of this game. But definitely 3 players to watch today on the Maverick United side. Yeah,
and Porter is such a versatile player. I mean, we saw this. I like to go back and talk about this game where he was player of the game at LXM 949 last season. And, he went out and played LSM. He played defense. He played, midfield. He had goals with a shorty and with a pole.
Yeah,
he put the team on his back. And he can at any moment do that same sort of thing. So definitely an exciting player to watch. And definitely want to get to this because I'm Dust Mop off the Twitter wants to know what stick Kyle is using. And he's using his new K18 line stick. So definitely look for that, I think, coming out in the fall. We talked to Kyle a bit about that in the Google Hangout. So if you want more information on his gear, definitely check those out, the pregame Hangouts. As Baum working from X, throws to Rusty Gate. What a check. It doesn't get much better than that.
Wow, and that is definitely going to be in our defensive highlight reel there. Scotty Ballert, the local product, with a Rusty Gate on Peter Baum. What a check right there.
I mean, that's one of those things that maybe – and Baum wants the ball back. As the ball's down, Porter trying to get it, flips the ball up. And he's going to be able to come up with it, but not giving up on the play is Baum after being the victim on that big-time check. And here's Bradman able to pick the ball off, moving the ball down the field. But it's back to Bratton. And Bratton with the big low-to-high rip just off the mark. You have to think that Bradman probably might have been better off taking that one himself.
Absolutely, but Bratton right there with his signature lefty low-to-high.
And another big-time shot, that one coming from Ritz, as Xander Ritz now with the ball, making his first appearance of the game. K18 with a head of steam.
Shorty matchups here for K18. You're going to have to think that he likes this.
And that one right into Gavosden, who's able to come up with it. But you can see how much respect they have for the dodging ability of Kyle Harrison. 3 guys immediately coming to him. And a nice little finesse touch pass, we'll call that, to Christmas. As Christmas in to take the shot, and that one off the mark, but backed up by Pastrick, as Maverick United will continue on their offense, 5-5. Again, the scoring slowed down a little bit here in the second quarter as Pastrick bringing the ball in finds Korp, who's working from up top.
Looks like a little invert from Pastrick and Korp. And Pastrick talked to me about that before the game. He said he wanted to play a little bit from behind the cage. He's an attackman by trade, so he wanted to play a little bit behind the cage. So I think him and Korp, you're going to see them interchanging quite a bit.
Yeah, and you see Gradinger again, who's having himself a pretty good ball game to start off here. Oh, and what a
Pastrick
check going for Pastrick as Bradman just lets him go over the top. And there's Kyle Harrison. And you have to think, Shamel Bratton, and you have to think if he catches that cleanly, that one's coming right at the cage. But a big save again by Gavosden, getting it all the way down the field. Pastrick has got to come to that ball, but Christmas so good. And then takes the shot just off the mark. It looked like maybe Russell got a piece of that one, and Christmas goes in the crease. You have to think that he was thinking he was going to be able to score that one.
He had Pastrick there. They had a little 2-on-1. Pastrick talked to him about that right after he took the shot. But definitely Christmas, when he's on a break, I mean, he can bury that.
99 out of 100. I mean, it takes a fantastic play from Russell to be able to get a little bit of a stick on that to keep that from going in the cage. And again, you see his body positioning. Not the biggest guy on the field, but definitely a guy who knows how to position himself to put himself in a place to be successful. And there's Kazmaier with a spin, able to bring the ball across, working on Garvey. He's going to try and flip it, and able to get it to Baum, and Baum's got a lane. Looking inside, looking to switch hands. Goes for the shot and can't get it. As Hamilton Pollard's going to bring the ball up for Maverick. 8:11 to go in the half. Still a 5-5 game as both teams unable to break the seal here in the second quarter. Carter now with the ball back in the game for Maverick. This ball up to Cunningham and over to Porter. Porter wants the shot, takes it just off the mark, and you can see everyone trying to get out of the way.
Watch out over there when Brendan Porter winds up.
It's Christmas working from X. Moves the ball up again. That matchup with Drennan that we've been seeing. Takes the shot. Gets pushed into the crease. Ball still down.
Green went in the crease on the leap. White ball. He leapt and landed.
Yeah, and you see Biz giving them the business as it's always nice to have him mic'd up. One of the best officials in the area. Always happy to have him on the game.
Peter Baum is such an athlete. Even on that grab right there, you see him jump into the air. Just a fantastic athlete. I think we'll see him dodging. We've seen him dodging quite a bit today. I think that we should expect to see more. He's used to dodging out of the midfield, playing midfield his senior year. So I think he's very comfortable from up top. The goal we saw him score was from up top. Let's hear what's going on. Looks like Biz doesn't like that ball. But I think we're going to see Baum operating from up top quite a bit. He was comfortable from up there. That's how he scored his first LXM goal. Curious to see if he looks to invert.
And you know he's going to want a little revenge after losing the handle on that big Rusty Gate check. I mean, that's a by itself highlight check. And Ramel Bratton working from up top, has a shorty in Tintle, able to get it to his brother Shamel. Nice fake, look inside. There's the big-time rip from Ritz, and a great save by Gavassin to keep that one out of the cage.
What a play right there from the STX offense.
Yeah, and I think he had more time than he thought he did, as Xander gets it back to Baum, and Baum now working on Pollard, and I think that's a matchup that they're going to want to try and exploit. And look inside, there's Baum immediately getting the ball on the crease, and Hamilton Pollard solid fundamentally, but not sure he has the footwork to be able to keep up with Baum. And what a fantastic goal from Max Ritz as he dives across the crease and buries it top shelf on Gavastin. And from that close, there's nothing you can do about that.
Max Ritz, what a goal right there, diving, burying the rock. We've seen him do some amazing things when he operates from X. I remember last season in Seattle, dodging up the left side with the stick in his right hand and a no-look shovel shot into the cage. So when he's operating from X, he's dangerous.
And that's the first goal of the second quarter after 10 combined goals the second goal after 9 combined goals in the first quarter. Really tightening the screws are both defenses.
You know, we talked about that in our Gatorade Keys to the Game was going to be the play out of these goalies, and I think after the first half jitters are out, both these goalies, world-class goaltenders, and you're seeing that on display in this second half.
And Davis wants Bradman to get over here as he comes across and gets Bratton back on the field. You see the matchups looking inside, going to the quick double on the crease, trying not to let them get those. As Ballard able to get it, and he's got to turn the jets on, and he's able to get past both Ritzes as he gets the ball into the box and is going to flip it to Porter. And with 5:38 to go, it's a 6-5 lead for Team STX. And again with one of the tweets, I see you, Robin Hood. Glad you're paying attention. And looks like we're going to get a timeout from Coach Burrows to get Maverick organized on the offensive side and see if they can get back into this game, tied back up at 6s. And again, we'd love to hear from you. Send us your tweets, comments, questions, anything you got to @CMarshallTLN, or again below in the comments section.
Yeah, and I'm actually checking out some of the comments right now on YouTube. A lot of answers here for that adrenaline gear giveaway. Again, we're asking you guys if you know which LXM Pro held their school's record only to be broken by another LXM Pro. So a lot of great answers. Get them in. We'll announce the official answer after the half, and we'll send you a direct message on YouTube if you're our winner.
I'm going to be impressed. I mean, this is a tough – this isn't a question that I knew off the top of my head.
This is a tough question, but I'm seeing a lot of good answers on the YouTube feed, I have to tell you. So a lot of knowledgeable guys out there, a lot of kids who big fans of a lot of these players. So great to see that. But to go back to talking about this event today, you know, at the Del Mar Polo Fields, to be able to fit 15 fields of lacrosse playing here is really unbelievable. It's amazing, you know, growing up in Southern California to see the growth of the game and to see a tournament like this, 15 fields of lacrosse being played in San Diego. So If you guys have an opportunity to get out to some of these LXM ATS events, check out adrln.com to find out when the next one is, and if they're coming to a town near you. And make sure to check it out because it's truly a sight to see.
Yeah, and you can see there's a lot of kids here, and it's a real treat for them to be able to see this level of lacrosse on the West Coast. You know, I mean it's a rare opportunity for sure, and they're getting a treat today, getting their money's worth for sure. But I mean they're 15-20 deep all the way up and down the side of the field. So exciting to see so many young players interested in the sport here on the West Coast. As Graham Gill's working, has Pastrick wide open, wants the rock, takes the shot and buries it. And what a shot from Pastrick, high to high, stick side on Russell. Whoa.
What a goal from Christian Pastrick right there. I mean, he was calling for it, caught it, and just released that sidearm release right into the top corner. He stung it there, and he knew he had that before he caught the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, you couldn't have put that any further into the corner. I mean, what a shot. And you see Chris Smith might make that pass the first time moving forward. What a look by Pastrick. And then you see Maverick not happy about that call, and Ritz gets the shot and he misses it, and you know he wants that one back. That's not a shot that he misses very often. Pretty much automatic from that, and he wants the ball back already. There's Harrison getting in, gets to Bradman, and Bradman moves the ball back up top, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit different look out of the midfield right now as Baum coming in through the midfield. Trying to get that shorty matchup. Now he has Tintle. And we talked about this a little earlier as he's looking to get his hands free. Nice feed on the crease, finds Ritz, and Ritz buries the shot. Makes up for that first one. What a look by Baum as Ritz just tapping it in.
That was an unbelievable look from Peter Baum. I think I've said that quite a bit about a lot of these plays, but in this second quarter, we're seeing a really high level of lacrosse being played. Peter Baum down the right alley, looking inside, and just pinpoint accuracy to Max Ritz right there, and just allows Max, all he has to do is catch it, put it where the goalie's not.
Yeah, I mean, you're 6 feet out. He's not going to miss very many of those. It would take a spectacular save from Gvozden to keep that one out of the cage. And ball down, looked like Dave Feliz had it, and he's able to get the ground ball. And again, a real game changer for STX so far. And nice off-ball movement from Ritz, able to get in there on the screen. And what a check by Ballard. Ballard loses it out of bounds, but when you're throwing checks like that, I can forgive that for sure. Unbelievable, as he just de-sticks Ritz. And Ritz is going to move it and give someone else a go.
It looks like it's going to be a long day if you're being guarded by Ballard today. I mean, a rusty gate check on Peter Baum to dislodge the ball, and then de-sticking Max Ritz. I mean, unbelievable play from Scott Ballard today.
And Bradman bringing the ball in, has a shorty. Working on former teammate Lance Carter, gets the ball inside for Ritz. Ritz trying to get it, and what a trail check. That one coming from Johnny Poe. As he can't quite get it, clean shot off, and that one-armed, and what a dive shot by Bradman just off the mark. Ritz picks up the ground ball, looking inside, able to find his brother Xander. Xander fighting through a triple team, able to get his hands free, moves it back across the field to Bradman. Bradman takes the shot and buries it, and what a play all across the field for STX there.
Xander Ritz taking a beating there as he's coming around, but able to turn around and just dart a pass down to Sam Bradman. Great play there from Team STX.
Well, that's something we talked about yesterday in the hangout with Kyle is how dangerous Bradman is, because he can shoot from any angle, but it's the direction of the ball out of his stick is so unpredictable that you just can't get a good read on it, especially from that close, even from far out.
Absolutely. You know, to be honest, I thought he was going high to high with that one, and he went high to low. So he's got the same release, but the ball can go anywhere. Absolutely. Just about under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
And there's and what a no-look split pass coming from John Cunningham.
Look at that. John Cunningham out of Princeton. Fantastic pass right there.
Yeah, and this is the largest lead of the game for STX at 8-6. Yeah, Pastrick moves the ball up to Graham Gill. Graham Gill's had a lot of success dodging so far today. He has the shorty going for the swim. Takes the shot from outside, and no problem there for Russell. And Russell on a rope to Davis, and Davis is off to the races. Looking for Ritz. Ritz inside. Desko through the legs, just over the cage. What a shot. Just off the mark. As that's something we come to expect to see from here, and they're right back at it. As Cunningham trying to get it and able to flip it past Benson Irwin. And then cutting inside, able to split the D and moves it quickly to Crum, who gets outside and tries to create some space for himself. 1:58 to go. Christmas working on Drennan. Takes the shot, and that one again just off the outside of the cage.
An athletic move there from Biz, the referee. Did you see that? Get out of the way of the shot right there.
He's got his robot knee on. There's the shot inside from Pastrick. Can't quite get it. Probably could have taken one more step. But with the kind of hits we've been seeing out there today, it's definitely something that's got to be crossing these guys' minds. As Christmas wants the ISO on Drennan, and you can see him calling for it. Gets the ball across, dangerous pass, but Benson Irwin bites, and what a shot by Graham Gill again, beating his former teammate top to top.
I think that was Brandon Corp coming out of the midfield there, number 2 on Maverick, but just unbelievable shot. Able to come out of the box, catch it, and just place that in the top shelf.
So it was Corp coming in. That's his 3rd goal of the game. So toss your hats. He's got a hat trick already in the first half, cutting the lead to 1 with 1 minute 20 seconds to go.
A very well-placed shot right there, cutting the lead to 1. And this game, I mean, like you said, there's going to be another barn burner today.
And another procedure call, this one going against DeFelice, the last one going against Hannigan. And both these guys doing everything they can to try and get a leg up. As one of the most highly contested matchups on the field is definitely at the face-off X. As Christmas has the ball, just over a minute to go, 1:02. Christmas, nice look across, finds Porter, and Porter buries it to tie it up with 58 seconds to go. What a look from Christmas.
And Brendan Porter, he was one of our skills players to watch on the Maverick side of the ball. He can do it all. He's a defensive midi. He can clear the ball. Can play offense, and he obviously, as we just saw, can play off ball. So definitely a very impressive player to watch all season long. If you're a young player, you want to be a midfielder, Brendan Porter is definitely the player to watch.
Yeah, and one of the nicest guys around. I mean, really, really great guy. And again, 58 seconds to go, ball down. Hannigan looks like he's got a line on it, able to flip it back. And another ground ball for Cunningham. And he's having himself a pretty good game as well. There's Christmas working from up top. 54 seconds to go, and Christmas might want to dodge here. He likes his matchup. Cuts back. Had Crum, thought about it, and outside here's Lindsay trying to get inside, looking to take the shot. Fights across, got a double team. Someone's open. Crum gets the ball. Looked like that might have been a little bit of a hold there. 30 seconds to go. As Kazmaier throwing some really solid checks, gets it up to Christmas. Nice look inside. There's the big-time rip from Pastrick just off the mark, but the ball's going to stay with Maverick as Lindsay brings it in with 20 seconds to go, and the game tied at 8.
We're going to bring it out to the alley for the timeout.
And looks like we have a timeout here from Maverick with 20 seconds left to go in the half. A tie ball game. Looks like they want to see if they can get the lead going into the half.
Yeah, and I like that call from Coach Burrows. Give these guys a chance to check out the matchups. Maybe give Christmas with the ball up top. Maybe another guy like Graham Gill or Ballert to really get some things going. But really a lot of momentum to be won right now if they can score a goal going into the half.
And again, looking at the comments here, a lot of great comments. Looks like we have a lot of right answers. I'll tell you guys that much right now. So we definitely already have a winner, and we'll be announcing the answer shortly after halftime. And we'll definitely send you a message if you won and let you know what to do to claim your adrenaline gear.
And another comment coming in on Twitter. It's Joe Crow Shoe. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you're enjoying the game. And definitely keep the tweets coming. I always love to hear from you at CMarshallTLN.
And I can't talk enough about the atmosphere here right behind us. There's a ton of fans, kids sitting around the field, crowding around, and it's a great atmosphere to watch a pro lacrosse game and then be able to go out and continue playing in this adrenaline tournament. So a great day for lacrosse, a great weekend for lacrosse, and a great venue as this tour leaves Southern California off after this and goes off to Chicago next month.
And there's Christmas starting with the ball. 16 seconds to go, takes the shot, and Russell comes up with a big save. Kelly with the ground ball, looking to move it again, riding hard. And what a swim move. Unbelievable play. 5 seconds to go. Going to have to get the ball down the field. And you see Lindsay picks it up, takes the shot, and just over the goal. We're going into the half, tied at 8. And what a half. As advertised, again, a real barn burner coming.
Absolutely, a fantastic half of play. All tied up here. So make sure to stay tuned. We have an interview with John Zizzi. Excited to have him on the program, so make sure to stay tuned for some great content during the half.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the Lacrosse Network. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Samir Chaudhry, and we'll be right back.
I'm Kyle Harrison,
Eric Crum,
Nick Tinnell, Whit McCarthy,
professional lacrosse player. As an athlete, you want to be tested. You want to see where you stack up to the guy that you're playing against or to the guy that's a little better than you. And that's exactly what this combine will do.
The program allows our youth to track their numbers, see where they need improvements.
It's vital for kids to see where they really need work. This is the stuff that's going to help you get better on the lacrosse field. It's all about lacrosse.
We are giving them the education and giving them the platform of becoming the best lacrosse player or athlete that they can be.
To be able to create that combine that's applicable to actual lacrosse movements is something I'm very excited about.
You're going to see the guy that's 6'4" now running a 4.3 40. And I think that's just going to get that game to the next level.
Kids that have the opportunity to be a part of this combine, you're almost a part of history.
I wish that I would have had this when I was in high school because I feel like it would have improved my skills a ton.
If I could rewind 10 years from now, go in, test, see my numbers, be educated on what the numbers mean, how I fit in, how I stack up, and now understand that when I leave there, I'm going to have a list of things that I need to improve on, and then I'm going to get to come back and do it again and see how I improved. I mean, that's an incredible opportunity. Evaluate, educate, elevate.
Adrenaline it's really everything for me when it comes to lacrosse. When I think of my career and my development as a player, adrenaline goes hand in hand. I mean, it was just crazy thinking the other day about how far I've come to finally have reached my goal playing Division I, and just thinking about where I would be if these guys hadn't come out to the West Coast and started the STARS program and built it up to what it is now. Who knows where lacrosse would be on the West Coast at this point. I certainly wouldn't have been awarded all the amazing opportunities that they've been able to provide for me.
That's why I'm leaving you. You know, it's kind of crazy to think that I started out as a 5th grader playing with RC, and throughout the whole Stars program, it's kind of a surreal experience to kind of cap it off with this adrenaline All-American game.
I remember looking at that list and just seeing all the kids and like just to be even recognized. It's crazy. It's very respectable.
You know, in years past we've seen the adrenaline gear and we've all been really envious of it and have hoped and worked hard to get to this level, and I'm looking forward to playing in front of thousands of people and having the game be streamed online to show the country that the West Coast has some of the best players, and it's just a great opportunity, and I'm honored to be able to be a part of that.
That's why I'm leaving you.
We all know how tight-knit and small the West Coast lacrosse community is. Everyone knows the best players. You've heard of them. You see guys' names here and there. It's awesome just to have the opportunity in this All-American game to finally be playing together, hanging out, getting to know one another. And we go off to college and all of a sudden we're all fighting for the same goal. We might not be on the same team, but we're all looking to represent the West. We're all looking to put ourselves and our hometowns on the map, to just try and let people know that the West is here and the talent is getting to these D1 programs, and we're here to stay.
Compliment, that's the truth. You're nothing but a cold heart covered in gold. That's why I'm leaving you. I never met nobody like you. That ain't no compliment, that's the truth. You're nothing but a cold heart covered in gold. That's why I'm leaving you.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by John O'Zizzi, and we're going to talk a little bit about this event and some of the huge recruiting things going on with the Stars programs. I mean, tell us a little bit about the generation of the All-American game and the Black Card event. I mean, what's really going on?
This summer's been great so far. Kicked off the summer with our adrenaline All-American game, which is 50 best players west of the Mississippi. Every kid in that game was going to a Division I, II, or III university. And I think anyone that watched that game was blown away by the talent level. There were a few college coaches out there for the game, and they were just beside themselves. And so it's just a testament to how far the game has grown, where it's going, and those guys are all going to go off and represent the West in the next couple of years in a big way. Some guys like Kieran Eisler and Lucas Gradinger, who are arguably the two players of the game in that game, just put on a show, and those guys are going to make some big waves, I think, next year as freshmen, amongst other guys. I mean, a lot of great players in that game.
Yeah, and more. I mean, I know everyone's seen the treatment as it is for the Black Card event. I know that's some of my favorite gear of the season. I always look forward to seeing it. But why don't you tell us a little bit more about the event?
The Black Card event is our second year. It's our first national event. It's the top 160 players in the country. And as a reward to them, we made it an at-cost event. It's just $50. Kids, basically, all the money goes to proceeds for charity, and the best kids get to play at, for a reasonable price. A lot of our kids did well. I think the talk of the tournament was the Canadian kids and the Western kids, which is awesome because as the Western game grows, so too is the Canadian game growing. And it was awesome to see our kids do so well. Coupled with that, our West Coast Stars teams all were in the finals last weekend of the National Club Lacrosse Tournament, which is a huge deal and another step forward for Western lacrosse. So it's been great. It's been an awesome summer so far.
No, definitely can't be more excited for how quickly lacrosse is growing on the West Coast. It's not just good for West Coast players, it's good for players everywhere, pushes them to really the next level. And to talk a little bit more about that, there's a lot of really talented players here. You couldn't ask for a better environment, and I mean, what more could you ask for? So definitely stay tuned for the second half of action. I can't wait to see it myself. I know you can't either, and we'll be right back.
Thanks, guys.
Adrenaline it's really everything for me when it comes to lacrosse. When I think of my career and my development as a player, adrenaline goes hand in hand. I mean, it was just crazy thinking the other day about how far I've come to finally have reached my goal playing Division I, and just thinking about where I would be if these guys hadn't come out to the West Coast and started the STARS program and built it up to what it is now. Who knows where lacrosse would be on the West Coast at this point. I certainly wouldn't have been awarded all the amazing opportunities that they've been able to provide for me.
That's why I'm leaving you.
You know, it's kind of crazy to think that I started out as a 5th grader playing with RC, and throughout the whole STARS program, it's kind of a surreal experience to kind of cap it off with this adrenaline All-American game.
I remember looking at that list and just seeing all the kids and like just to be even recognized. It's just crazy. It's very respectable.
You know, in years past we've seen the adrenaline gear and we've all been really envious of it and have hoped and worked hard to get to this level, and I'm looking forward to playing in front of thousands of people and having the game be streamed online to show the country that the West Coast has some of the best players, and it's just a great opportunity, and I'm honored to be able to be a part of that.
That's why I'm leaving you.
We all know how tight-knit and small the West Coast lacrosse community is. Everyone knows the best players. You've heard of them. You see guys' names here and there. It's awesome just to have the opportunity in this All-American game to finally be playing together, hanging out, getting to know one another. And we go off to college and all of a sudden we're all fighting for the same goal. We might not be on the same team, but we're all looking to represent the West. We're all looking to put ourselves and our hometowns on the map, to just try and let people know that the West is here and the talent is getting to these D1 programs, and we're here to stay.
Compliment, that's the truth. You're nothing but a cold heart covered in gold. That's why I'm leaving you. I never met nobody like you. That ain't no compliment, that's the truth. You're nothing but a cold heart covered in gold. That's why I'm leaving you.
And welcome back to the action here. The first face-off of the second half, game tied at 8. And Benson Irwin able to pick up the ground ball. And there's the big-time shot right away. STX not wasting any time getting back on new goalie Gvozden.
Absolutely. You see Peter Baum right there coming out of halftime, ready to just catch and release. Just crank that one.
And there's Ballard able to get free. A little bit of a screen there, gets the ball to Corp. And back up to Porter. And let's go over some of those first half stats.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at this halftime snapshot here from Adrenaline. STX with 26 shots, 8 saves. Pretty impressive stats right there, but more impressive from Maverick with 40 shots. So Maverick is definitely peppering their goalie right now, Matt Russell, and look to them to be shooting even more, but 40 shots and a half, that's impressive. And we look at the ground ball battle basically even up with 13 and 12 on the Maverick side, and only 4 face-off wins for Team Maverick, 10 face-off wins for STX. Turnovers just about equal as well, but Maverick 8 turnovers, STX 6. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I think the face-off X is definitely going to be a place that we're going to have to watch, and as well as the shots category. I think if Maverick keeps on shooting the way they are, then they'll have a good opportunity at taking the W.
That was another big save from Russell. I mean, it was right off the shoulder of the defenseman from Lindsay, and that one was going right into the corner, but Russell able to see that one right out of his stick. Really good save as he's having himself quite a game. And Bradman trying to get his hands free again. He's so much control with one hand as he's able to roll back out of it and get the ball back up to Kyle Harrison. And you see Bradman thinks about shooting from outside, and he can score from there. Nice look across to Baum. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter.
They got a pull on Kyle Harrison right now, and that's definitely a smart move. He's looking to dodge all day. Already with 1 goal on the day. Nice look.
What a goal! Unbelievable play.
Sports Center top 10 right there. Kyle Harrison, what a look. But Max Ritz to be able to handle that and throw that into the top corner. Unbelievable body control. One of the best goals I've seen on the LXMPRO
And that's
tour.
his third. The speed takes the shot, and that one just off the mark. I think it hit Russell in the shoulder as Crum has the ball. Now working on Kazmaier, and that's a good matchup. 2 athletic guys who are both, find their way to the gym on occasion. And those are really solid checks coming from Kazmaier, able to shut the door on Crum. And you can see how far out the defensemen are playing, and a nice fake by Corp. Corp trying to work off the screen from Porter. And Porter takes the shot and just off the pipe. And then what a handle again by Gradinger, who's having a fantastic game, able to flip it to Ramel Bratton as he brings the ball up, and a 1-goal lead for STX with 12 minutes to go in the quarter.
And I was pretty sure that shot from Brendan Porter went into the back of the cage, but amazing power on that shot.
Yeah, I know. It looked like it practically lifted the cage right off the ground. Porter, I mean, if you give him time and space, especially from dead center, he's going to put that one on the cage. And, just spending too much time hanging with Wesley Pipes. Another big-time rip, and what a shot. I mean, you can't do it better than that as Bradman scores the goal, and you come to expect stuff like that from him. And that's a hat trick.
Goal. Yeah, unbelievable goal there from Bradman. I mean, just great accuracy, great control right there, and just pings it off that top crossbar.
And here's a question from Twitter coming from BMK on wants to know how the Crum versus Bradman Salisbury matchup is going, and that should tell you. That's three for Bradman, one for Crum, who's having a great game. But I mean, when you're matching up against Sam Bradman, it's tough to win in any category.
Take a look at these the gear out here. A lot of comments on YouTube about how great this gear is. You look at these Cascade R helmets, and if you want to find out a little bit more about Cascade and the R, you guys can check out www.cascadehelmets.com. Make sure to check that out.
Kyle Harrison has so much pop in his stick. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's really cranking. I mean, you see some guys who, really put their whole body into it and get a whole lot of power out of it. And there's Bradman with the shot, and that one off the mark. But it's like shooting it out of a cannon when it comes out of Kyle's stick. And there's a nice double as Pollerton comes around, letting Baum know what to expect. And there's Desco with the nice face and hits one of the fans on the sideline. Good thing he was wearing that helmet right into the face mask. With just under 11 minutes to go, STX again on offense. See Bratton from way outside working on Lance Carter, another one of the Salisbury players. Cuts the ball up back to Harrison. Harrison gets to Bradman. And Bradman nowhere to go. But I've said that before. And looks like Kyle Harrison coming from up top. That's solid defense coming from Cunningham. Anytime you can get in front of him, but what a shot by Bratton. Just low to low off hip. And that's a perfect placement on that shot.
Absolutely, and you can see that reaction from the crowd right now. Nice little drop step, just a nice step to the right, steps inside, and just releases that one in a perfect spot.
And you can see Brendan Porter, really a fan favorite, getting fired up there on the wing. You got Joellen Rodriguez watching the game live on her iPhone at the beach in Ocean City.
How about that?
There you go.
That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, I wish I was doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to be a push going against Maverick with 10 minutes to go. And the 3-goal lead now for...
Yeah, 3-goal lead after that goal from Bratton. Unbelievable goal there. The offensive play has really picked up in this second half.
Yeah, there's no gimmies out here. I mean, you're going to have to do something spectacular if you want to get on the score sheet. As Xander Ritz takes the shot and looking to kind of finesse that one into the goal, as Reskovich able to follow it up. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like you look at the guys who are coming off the bench and playing attack. You move Baum into the midfield, and you've got Xander Ritz and J.R. Reskovich. I mean, there's not a whole lot of drop-off with these guys. And there's a nice flip inside. Here's Desko right on the crease, unable to get that shot off as Ballard's able to get his stick and disrupt the shooting lane. 9:18 to go in the third. 3-goal lead, largest of the game for STX, who has come out and zipped the Maverick team. And then there's Xander Ritz doing it himself, fighting through 3. And you can see the Maverick team really disappointed in their teamwork there as they go down 4 goals. Again, the largest of the lead for Team STX.
4 goals now, and I mean, it definitely unexpected, but Team STX's offense, a lot of momentum coming out with it. I mean, goals from Max Ritz and Shamel Bratton and Sam Bradman that really are all highlight reel goals. I mean, those are momentum builders, and to have that, it's tough for the Maverick team right now to handle these guys.
And that's exactly what you need to do is win the ball at the faceoff, get it to Corp. Corp takes the shot just off the mark, but that would have been a big goal, and you see stuff like that all the time. I mean, if Hennigan gets hot, they could just shut the door on STX. As Christmas working again on Drennan. It's the same matchup we've seen all day. Looking to play the ball across the crease. Can't find Corp, and the ball's going back to STX. It looks like Davis is going to bring the ball in. 8:41 to go. And going to take their time on this clear. It's Jamie McDonald able to get the ball across. And just barely getting back is Max Davis. Real heads-up play. A lot of field awareness there for Davis. As he's going to take the turn, and just like that, Peter Baum puts him up by 5. And they are starting to pull away.
And Baum, like we talked about before, when Baum's operating from up top, he's very dangerous. That dodge sweeping lefty this time shows you his versatility. He can go righty and lefty, but that jump shot, similar to Kyle Harrison's shot. Kyle told us that he generates power out of that jump shot. It looks very similar there for Peter Baum, and just buries that one lefty.
Yeah, and if STX hits another goal here, you're going to have to think that might be time for Coach Burrows to talk it over with his boys. As another procedure call going against Maverick. And that's something we didn't see at all, as Biz trying to get out of the way. And that one trying to go over the top again is Pollard, who had a lot of luck with that check in the last game.
Yeah, it looks like Desko definitely watched some of that tape and knows that Pollard likes that over-the-head check. He's doing a much better job today of protecting his stick.
Yeah, doesn't want to make any appearance in the defensive highlight reel. As Harrison, nice stick fake, as Porter's able to cut back, and Porter able to knock the ball out of his stick. Harrison able to run it down and gets the ball back up to Reskovich and moving the ball around the horn as Bratton comes in looking for the pick. 7:30 to go in the third. Bratton up to Reskovich. Reskovich switches shot and buries it. And that's 6 unanswered goals for STX here in the third quarter. And Maverick has got to do something differently.
And you can see Gvozden right there not happy about it. And here you see the timeout that you were talking about. Gvozden not happy about that one. Looks like he's not able to see the ball as well as he was in the first half. So we'll have to see what Maverick talks about on the sideline here, what Coach Burrows has to say.
Yeah, and I think you just got to calm these guys down. They got to get back into their game. They're playing very well on both ends of the field. And just get back into a rhythm. Take a little bit more time on their offensive sets and score a goal. I mean, if you get that ball coming across after Hannigan wins the faceoff and they're able to score a quick goal from Corp there, this is a different game. And both these teams have so much offensive firepower that no lead is safe.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look again at that adrenaline halftime snapshot. And as we saw, Maverick with 40 shots in the first half. They have to get back to that. And that does start at the faceoff X. Maverick only winning 4 faceoffs in the first half. They're definitely going to have to get on top of that. Win some faceoffs, have some nice long possessions. I think at this time they have to chip away at this deficit 1 goal at a time.
I mean, that's how you do it. And like we talk about this game all the time when Team STX was able to come back from 8 or 9 goals back last season, one of the best comebacks of the year, according to Bleacher Report, across all sports. So, I mean, like I said, no lead is safe when you've got guys on the field like John Christmas and Sean Lindsay looking to make some things happen. It's going to be a hold going against STX. As Tintel's going to bring the ball up. 7 minutes to go. It's been just about a goal a minute for STX to start the second half. Not sure what Coach Dante told him, but it's working. There's Corp. He's got Graham Gill coming back onto the field, working with Tintel. And Sean Lindsay and Brenneman, who's probably going to take this one straight to the cage. Comes across, gets the switch. I don't think he was expecting that. Able to get in, takes the shot, and that one just off the mark, and it's going to stay with Maverick, but Russell's not happy about that one, and he's out of his cage very quickly. And again, no grace period for the goalies coming out of the cage. As Christmas, again, with that post-up move that he likes to use, and he thought about coming around the corner, takes the shot and just off the mark. And if they give him that shot, he'll start scoring them. And we've seen him put the team on his back and score 2 or 3 quick ones in a row.
Big dive and takes out Russell. Looks like we got a flag down. Let's hear. Let's see what these refs have to say about that. Russell definitely taken out by that. Let's listen into Biz.
It's a push for 30.
So it looks like they're just going to call a push there, but it was a pretty serious dive there.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a push going against STX, is what they're calling, and
right.
So it's. I mean, it looked like he was planning on diving anyway, but got pushed into the crease, and that means the ball's going to stay with Maverick with a man-up situation, and this is a huge opportunity that they definitely need to capitalize on. Down 6 goals here with 6 minutes to go in the quarter. And, of course, keep your comments, questions coming to both the feed comments section as well as to me on Twitter at CMarshallTLN. As we see Maverick go back into their offensive set. Back to Corp. Corp takes the shot and just misses it as Christmas tries to get out of the way of that one.
And Corp with that low release on the big windup, he's definitely dangerous from that wing. I think they're going to look to him again.
A nice skip pass, and there's Lindsay straight over the top. And again, dangerous from there as well. They just got to make sure they get these shots on the cage, and they'll start falling. And what a save by Russell after a huge one. And there's Corp. Looking opportunistic just off the edge of the cage. They can't buy a bucket right now.
Wow. Matt Russell out of the cage, and Corp not able to bury that one. And back to even strength now. That man-up opportunity, not able to exploit it, is Maverick.
And there's Graham Gill sending his defender into the stands, and then looking across for Lindsay. Lindsay with the BTB goal. What a shot by Lindsay. So quick.
What a goal right there. It looks like as the man-up expired right there, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to get another shot off, but Sean Lindsay cutting through the crease, catching it, and just burying it behind the back.
And that's great play on all angles. Fantastic pass from a fantastic pass coming across from Gill. You can hear the fans. Biz definitely the favorite official in the area.
Absolutely. So we got a couple questions here, comments. People wanting to know the answer to that first round adrenaline gear giveaway question, and the answer is Peter Baum, and he broke Brandon Corp's record. So actually a lot of correct answers there. We're going to be sending a message to our winner shortly after this weekend, so make sure to check your YouTube inbox to find out if you won.
And just like that, 2 goals right away for Maverick as Cunningham takes it in himself. And that's the thing. You have to let him shoot that, basically, because if you get the ball inside with Corp or Christmas, they're going to score. So taking their chances with Cunningham, and he makes them pay.
Cunningham with his first goal of the LXMPRO Tour. Does it in style right there with the long pole.
And that cuts the lead to 4, and there's 2 quick goals in a matter of about 30 seconds for Maverick. And we talked about this earlier. No lead is safe. There's just as much firepower coming from both squads on the offensive end. And there's a win by DeFelice. Having a little trouble getting the ground ball there, but finally gets it into a stick as he brings the ball across the midline for STX with 4:40 to go in the third. Moves the ball up to Max Ritz. And here another question coming in from Jonathan Floyd as Shamel Bratton gets the ball at the top of the box, wanting to know if LXM can come to North Carolina. Well, tweet at them with the hashtag, and nothing is out of the question. So if you want an event to come to your hometown, tweet, send an email to info@adrln.com, and let them know where you think they should go.
There's that over-the-head check from Hamilton Pollard,
and it's so quick. You know, you see it. It looks like he's going to throw like a back check, and it's just right over the top of the helmet. And just precision. So the ball's still down, and selling out as the ball's going to go down, and that's a huge hustle play coming from Maverick, again from Cunningham, doing work right now. Bosnick able to move the ball up to Jimmy Burrell. Jimmy Burrell moving the ball up the field, has Tintle. Tintle's got a one-on-one, opts to pull it back out and find Christmas. 3:51 to go as Maverick on a little run of their own after surrendering 6 straight to STX. And there's Bieneman. Going to get on the score sheet for the first time for Maverick. Moves it to McCarthy, who moves it to Pastrick. And Pastrick with that swim move takes the shot. That one just off the mark. Corp looking for it. Christmas able to come up with it. And looking for the dive shot across the crease. And looks like they're going to get a crease violation as he lands in the crease. But a solid effort from Christmas, who will score those. 3:22 to go. Still a 4-goal lead for STX. That's Jamie McDonald bringing it across. Another one of those athletic long poles. Oh, Hamilton Pollard looking for that rusty gate again over the top. And not letting Desco get away.
Desco definitely looking to get rid of the ball there. Hamilton Pollard has really picked up his defense here in the second half. Yeah, and it's something that he's getting a lot of contact with the stick. I mean, Desco doing about as good a job as you could hope to do protecting his stick. Bradman looking to take the shot and just buries it on the near side. And he's letting him know. Here in the talk, and just buries the goal. And that's number 4 for Sam Bradman on the day, putting the lead back to 5. And Bradman, I mean, 5 goals in the last game, 4 goals today. The game MVP in OC. It's tough to believe that there is going to be a different game MVP throughout this tour if Sam Bradman keeps on playing like this. He's so dangerous, righty and lefty. We've seen him time and room, on the run, from X, on the crease, opportunistic in times. It's unbelievable how versatile of a midfielder he is.
Well, it's anytime he can get the ball in his stick, he's a threat to score. And that's what really makes him so dangerous. I mean, you see guys out there who, can score and are dangerous on the crease, or can score and are dangerous from outside with the shot. But to see a guy who's so complete as a player is scary almost. And there's the look inside, trying again to score another goal. That's coming across from Harrison, as Gvozdyk able to eat that one up, moves it to Pollard, and Pollard gets it up the field to Johnny Poe, and Johnny Poe's going to take it across himself, looking for Tintle. Still holding on to it, going to find Christmas. 2 minutes to go, still a 5-goal lead. Christmas gets his hands free, takes the shot, and Russell all over that, expecting the high-to-high, and then throws it away. That one looked like it came off the top of his stick and unable to find who he was looking for with that pass. And Maverick goes back on the offensive side with Corp with the ball. Moves it to Graham Gill, and again over the top for Graham Gill. 2 uncharacteristic throwaways, one for STX, one for Maverick. And Maverick has got to do a better job protecting the ball as Davis brings the ball in over to Ritz, holding it in the corner. And moves the ball up to Baum, again coming out of the midfield. 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the third. 5-goal lead for STX. So it's Baum, Harrison, and Oreskovic coming in on the top side. You see Benson Irwin coming off for Bratton. And then you've got Bratton, Harrison, and Baum running through the midfield.
And Bratton looks like the go guy here.
Working on Tintle.
Midfield, working on Tintle, although, another good defensive midfielder. But, to go against Cunningham or Brendan Porter is going to be a tough one right now.
And that looks like the matchup that he's going to get, working on Porter. And Porter can cover a lot of space. You're not going to be able to run away from him. You're going to have to get him a real fake. And there's Ritz, buries the goal. What a shot for him. Number 4 on the day for Ritz, as he gets another fantastic look for Baum, who's making all of his teammates look good now.
And it looks like Baum has gotten a lot more comfortable in this offense and working within the system, and right there working from the midfield. It seemed very easy for him to dodge from up top and just look inside and find Max Ritz. Not his first assist on the day. He's getting really comfortable feeding his teammates and knowing how this offense operates.
And that's a big goal with 34 seconds to go in the quarter to put the momentum squarely back in the corner of Team STX after Maverick was able to score 2 quick ones. And the ball is down and picked up by Maverick, able to get the ball up the field. And there's Tintle, gets the ball from Cunningham, who again is having a fantastic game, gets to Corp. Corp looking to get his hands free and take the shot. 19 seconds to go, going to have to get something going here. And had Christmas, and it looked like Christmas lost that one in the sun, as he would have been staring directly into it. And look for the quick whistle here, as they have plenty of time, unable to get the shot off. Looking cross crease, can't quite find Tintle, and another thrown away pass. This one for Graham Gill with 2 seconds to go. Would have had to get something going pretty quickly to get a shot off before the end of the corner. But another missed opportunity for Maverick. 1-0, and that's going to do it for the third. And Team Maverick's going to have to do some soul searching right now to see if they can get back into this game after forfeiting a 6-goal lead to STX in that quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
And definitely stay tuned for a fantastic fourth quarter of action coming up. I'm Chris Marshall with Samir Chaudhry, and you're watching the Lacrosse Network. And welcome back to LXM Del Mar, brought to you by Champion and Adrenaline. You're watching the Lacrosse Network. I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Samir Chaudhry, and we have ourselves a ball game here. It's a 6-goal lead for Team STX right now, coming out and scoring 8 in the third, and able to really do some good things. There's a big save by Gavosden. Let's see if that can get some momentum going his way. Unable to find himself in that third quarter. And again, 6-goal lead for STX, who has really been pouring it on.
Absolutely. STX, just an offensive explosion out of halftime. We'll have to see if Maverick, with 14 minutes and 30 seconds left, if they can get some offense going and see if they can shut the door here with Gavosden, get right back into this game.
There's Brenneman, goes by, takes the shot, and again, just off the mark. And you see all of the shots that Maverick is getting. It's getting those on the cage. I mean, they're near misses all over the field. Moves the ball up to Brenneman again, and who's a real north-south guy. Once he starts getting towards the cage, he's tough to stop. He takes a big rip from outside, and Russell never saw that one. Had that been on the cage, it probably would have gone in. Christmas working from X. Cuts back across, looking to feed. Finds Pastrick. Pastrick looking cross crease. Able to get the ball to Lindsay. And Lindsay takes a shot and scores the goal. what a shot by Lindsay. So patient on that one, able to put it where Russell is not.
You know, we talked about Sean Lindsay in the last event, and he's able to just place the ball in the right spots. I mean, he not too much power on that one, but just places it in the right spot. And if Sean Lindsay keeps shooting like that, Maverick's going to be right back in this ball game.
And that's one of the things. I mean, I've seen him hit triple digits on the gun, no problem, both hands. But if you don't need to do it, you just put it where the goalie's not. So definitely a clinic out there on how to score goals by both these squads. And another win for DeFelice. And he's really, really got to be in the conversation for player of the game as well if STX is able to come up with this after going a little worse than 40% in the last game.
Yeah, and now really dominating the faceoff X. Here's Kyle Harrison. He's got a lot of speed.
A nice little hitch, and that one just off the mark, but picked right back up as Max Ritt moves it back up top. And here's Baum. Takes the shot. Gvozden again looking pretty solid. And there's Hamilton Pollard just diving all over the field trying to get his team fired up. And, I mean, those are the kind of plays you need. And there's a big-time rip from Oreskovich as he takes the shot, buries it low to high, and pays the price.
And Oreskovich, his first goal of the LXMPRO Tour season as well. Fantastic goal from J.R. Oreskovich after the trade over to Team STX.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. STX is doing such a good job moving the ball. It's actually Oreskovich's second goal of the game. But they're doing such a good job moving the ball that they don't need to beat you with their athleticism. They're getting really close-in shots. And it's tough to get in front of those if you're Gvozden. Ball still down, and just a quick question here from Cody Clark as STX wins the ground ball war again from the faceoff X, wanting to know if Lucas Gradinger is playing in this game. It's actually, he probably could, but it's actually his older brother Nick. As STX is now back on the offensive side of the field, a place that they've spent a lot of time today. And 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the game. And that ball off the mark from Oreskovich looking for Bratton. And the ball's going to go back Mavericks' way. Still a 6-goal deficit as they're trading goals here for the last 3. Pollard moves it up to Porter. Porter's going to be able to bring this one across himself. He takes a little love tap from Xander Ritz. And takes a big-time rip, and that one right into the stick of Russell. And Russell quick to get the ball up the field. He's so good with those passes. Moves the ball up to Xander Ritz. Xander looking across, able to find Oreskovich, and what a save by Gvozden. Able to get in front of that one off of 3 fakes. That's an incredible save. And now the momentum going back the way of Maverick United as Graham Gill brings the ball up. 11:46 to go. Gill gets inside, looking for the BTB. Trying to do a little too much with that one as Russell's out of the cage, and a nice flip pass to Benson Irwin. And you have to think, if you're Graham Gill, you're going to want to take that shot as a huge chance for Maverick to really ride out the momentum of that big save and score a goal there.
Huge save from Gvozden right there. That could have been really the nail in the coffin for Team STX. Russell with a great pass all the way down the field to the 50 to Max Ritz, who just passes it down to his brother Xander, and a great look inside to J.R. Oreskovich.
And that's one of those things. You see, there aren't very many goalies who can make that pass. I mean, it didn't go higher than maybe 8 feet. And Harrison has it, doing the old hidden ball trick with Bradman. No one's biting as Harrison gets the ball back. Again, quick double, nice spin. Spins back around, fighting through a triple team. Look, he takes the shot and just off the mark. And that one is going to stay with STX. Pretty close call, and you can hear the Maverick players not happy with that call. As Ritz looking across the crease, and there's another pickoff pass. That one coming from Ballard, who's having, one of the best games of his career.
Absolutely, you'll definitely see Ballard in the defensive highlight reel here. He's played a fantastic game today. And Max Ritz almost grabs that one-handed. Hamilton Pollard pushing him down. It looks like we're going to get.
It's going to be a
penalty right there.
And then Oreskovich with the late shot. Let's see what the call is going to be here.
Hold on. Well, hey, Bob, find out if there was possession there to make sure if it was possession or not.
It's still a little confusion on the call here.
Do we have this?
And it looks like
4-4.
Pollard going to the box. Not the call I thought that they were going to make there. It looked like
4-4, cross check, 1
Max
minute.
Ritz
1
had
minute.
had a hold of his stick, but Pollard getting called for the cross check, and another opportunity to see STX's man-up unit, and an opportunity for them to take their largest lead of the game. Here's Bradman. Back to Harrison. Over to Baum and Ritz. And, I mean, they can hurt you from everywhere as Desco's on the crease. And, again, we saw him already take one of those signature between-the-legs shots. As looks inside, looking for Desco. Can't come up with it. It's a tip. It's going to stay inbounds as Baum's able to run it down. 9:46 to go in the game. 6-goal lead for STX. Harrison. Nice look. Back to Harrison, up to Baum. Baum from outside takes the shot. What a save. And Gvozden really picking up the pace right now.
Ow.
But Bradman out of nowhere to pick that one off. And a nice little flip pass to Harrison. And Harrison takes the shot off the mark, but it's going to stay with STX. And those are the kind of mistakes that you want to try and avoid. And you put the ball in the stick of Bradman and Harrison. I mean, really puts you in a bad spot. Nice look inside to Desco. And Desco with the quick stick goal. What a shot. Again, Desco at home on the crease for his 2nd goal of the game.
And Desco on the crease right there, just like we talked about earlier in the game. We talked to Kyle Harrison about it. He's really filling that crease attackman void and just bearing the rock. Any opportunity he gets and any chance they get to feed him inside, they're looking for him.
And it's another one of those guys. He doesn't need to know exactly where the cage is or where the goalie is. You put it towards the goal as quickly as you can, and there's not a whole lot the goalie's going to be able to do with it unless he happens to be in front of it. So definitely textbook crease finishing for Desco and Team STX, as the lead is now 7 with 9 minutes to go in the game. It's Bieneman bringing the ball in for Maverick. Loses the handle. Another check. That's Davis able to kick it. Let's see who's going to come up with the ground ball. Whit McCarthy able to run it down. Picks it up. Nice Indian pick up there. Throws the stick fake and able to run the ball up the field as he's working on Chad Costello. Again, one of the players making an appearance. As Bieneman gets the ball back. Looking to get inside, using that big frame to his advantage. Gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy with the fake. Loses the handle. 8:43 to go in the game. 7-goal lead for STX. And there's Lance Carter. Carter cutting across. Benson Irwin again with the takeaway check. I mean, so much good defense on display today. As I mean, you see the shorties taking the ball away, throwing really good checks. There's Ritz. Looked like he had a step. And you can hear the call to settle coming from Desco as they want to get their offense back on the field and take a little of the air out of the ball here, up 7 goals. And a chance to answer another tweet coming in from BMK. If I think that Sam Bradman is one of the best players in lacrosse right now. And I mean, I think it's hard to argue.
Absolutely. It's completely hard to argue. I mean, you saw what he did on Team USA, and you're seeing what he's doing here. I mean, he's definitely a world-class player and definitely one of the best players in the world right now.
Yeah, nearly unstoppable. And nice cross-crease pass. That one to Ramel Bratton. Ramel with the low to high just over the cage. Ball coming from Shamel. Going to stay with Team STX. As Baum brings it in. 7:40 to go in the game. Back to Shamel Bratton. Over to Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison looking to get by Porter. Quick double immediately. Gets it back to Bratton. Nice dodge, and what a shot. Top shelf. And that pushes the lead to 8. That's his 3rd.
And Shamel Bratton right there with the signature face dodge. And then the amazing thing to see there and the amazing thing to look at as you go back and watch this game and watch the highlights is that he dipped his shoulders and his head low and shot high. He didn't throw a big fake with his stick, but he used his body and his head and his shoulders to fake low and then dunk the ball high.
And that's another thing that we talked about with Kyle about what makes Sam such a good player is he has kind of a hitch that he uses, but it's just a body movement. There's Brenneman coming inside. Nice look, and there's a goal for Crum, able to get on the board and get Maverick back on the right side of these goals, and that's his 3rd. So trying to keep pace with Sam Bradman.
And Crum and Desco, similar players throughout this tour. They're going to be on the crease and just lethal finishers. I mean, right there, Corp with a nice pass to him, but if you throw it inside to Crum and he's got a little bit of room, he's going to bury it.
And again, Crum, one of the that one's pretty quick for Hennigan. Looks like we're going to get another procedure call going against Maverick. Really trying to make something happen at the face-off X, but not able to get any momentum going as STX is going to keep the ball as Matt Miller brings the ball up. 7:12 to go in the game. 7-goal lead at 19-12 for Team STX. And again, we earlier in the third quarter saw Maverick down 6 goals and score 2 goals in a matter of 30 seconds. So still plenty of time on the clock for Maverick to score some quick goals and get back, turn this back into a close ball game. And there's Ritz able to get the ball, trying to get inside, trying to back in, fights to the double, nice swim. Again, trying to get his hands free even to make a pass, can't get anything going. As Porter able to knock the ball out and picked up as Maverick is back out from Garvey up to Cunningham, who has a goal already, takes the shot, and that one just off the mark, but he had it. If that one had been on the cage, it's backed up by Christmas, and he's going to bring the ball in, 6:30 to go. And Christmas coming around the corner, sees the double coming, looking to feed. And again, Crum with the shot, his 4th. That's 2 in a row. And he's letting Sam know. Or sorry.
Yeah, that was Sam. Sam Bradman. That was Crum being D'd up by his former Salisbury teammate, Sam Bradman, and definitely letting him know, when he goes up against him, he's definitely going to be taking him to the cage every time. Former teammates, 2 great standout players at Salisbury, and it's great to see them go against each other here in the tour.
And that's something we just talked about. I mean, that's a quick goal right there. And Hennigan again winning the face-off here. And I talked about this earlier. If he gets hot and they start scoring some quick goals, I mean, this is still plenty of time left on the clock.
Oh, absolutely, especially with this group of individuals on the Maverick side of the ball.
What a fake by Gill, and Gill just over the top of the crease or cage, and you can see from his reaction, he wants that one back. He expects to score that. There's Christmas coming around the corner, takes the shot, again, just off the mark. Getting shots hasn't been the problem for Maverick. Getting them on the cage has been a little bit of an issue, but they're shooting very well, at least getting a lot of opportunities. As Berneman gets the ball up top, and again, north-south, able to get his hands free, takes the shot, and that's a big-time check coming from Benson Irwin on the trail, able to disrupt that shot. Ball staying with Maverick as Corp gets it. There's the stick fake, gets it to Gill. Gill working on Kelly, drawing the matchup, which means a shorty on Lindsay coming in. Quick double by STX, nice fake by Lindsay. Benson Irwin doesn't bite on it. And looking across, and Benson Irwin again gets in the way. And the ball picked up by STX. Jamie McDonald bringing the ball up the field. 5 minutes to go. Nice pass to Ramel Bratton. Takes a hit, draws the flag from Brenneman. As Bratton, again with the swim, takes the shot. And that one off the pipe. And that one's going all the way back past the midline. A lot of juice on that shot. And let's hear what the call is.
Oh, there was no goal scored? Unnecessary? Okay. Player in green, 9-0. Unnecessary roughness. 1 minute. That's what he told me. What is it?
You hear unnecessary roughness there on the call, and get another look at the STX man-up unit.
Yeah, I mean, he got him pretty good, but unnecessary roughness is a pretty tough call at this point in the game. And again, 6-goal lead for STX, as Bradman looked like he was going to take that one, and then another uncharacteristic miscue. And the ball back as Crum gets it, looking across to Corp. Corp to Christmas. Christmas takes the shot and buries the goal. And there's a shorthanded goal for Maverick as they cut the lead to 5.
And like you said, these guys can score. They can score in bunches, and they can score quickly. So right now we're seeing with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left, Maverick absolutely has enough time on the clock to get back in this game. I see a lot of comments on the YouTube feed asking for overtime. And if they can win a couple more face-offs and get a couple quick goals, looks like we might be seeing it.
And that's the thing we've seen with the last couple face-offs from Hennigan. He's capable of getting there and able to win that one to himself. See if he can come up with the ground ball. Ball still down, and he's able to get the ground ball. And that's a big ground ball as Christmas able to get it and run in. There's going to get the double, and hard to believe that wasn't a hold and able to get loose. And what a play from Christmas, just individually so good at creating those shots for himself.
White 4-3 with a hold. 30.
And there you see the hold coming from Drennan, and that's basically all you can do to stop John Christmas at this time in the game.
And right now we're going to get another opportunity to see the Maverick man-up unit. We'll see if they can put one in the back of the net here and then cut the lead to 4.
And it looks like Crum's going to bring it in. Moves the ball up to Gill. Again, 4.5 minutes to go. Playing a little 5-on-5 lacrosse here. Something you don't see very often. But it creates some matchups problems as they're now back to full strength. Maverick, a nice look inside, no look pass. And that one just comes out of the stick of Corp. Unable to get that one on the crease, but a fantastic look from Christmas. Another man-up opportunity as Lindsay throws the fake and loses the handle. Not a whole lot of time left on this penalty. Nice look across the crease. There's a big-time rip and a save by Russell, and a big ground ball for STX as Pastrick looks like he might be able to run this one down. And you hear the whistle. And it looks like it's
looking in.
Going to be a call going against Maverick. Not sure what the call was, but Russell quick to pick it up. As 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Still 5-goal lead for STX as Max Davis brings the ball across. Able to flip it back to Bradman. And as Bradman doesn't see Porter coming. Fortunate not to lose that one. Takes one in the helmet. Ref says let him play. And Bradman again working on Porter and looking unbelievable look inside for Desco, who's unable to pick up the ball. But over to Ritz and back up to Harrison. And now we see Bratton working on Tinnell, and that's a good matchup for STX. Takes the shot, buries it top shelf. What a shot by Bratton. And he's been hot all game with another player with 4 goals for STX.
And Shamel Bratton, we talked about that and how he's progressed after his college career and the way that he scores goals now. He's able to just get inside and really finesse those in, find the top corner, and just bury the rock. 4 goals on the day for Shamel Bratton, all in very similar fashion.
Yeah, and that's 3 guys with 4 goals for STX. I mean, you've got Bratton, you've got Bradman, and Max Ritz. So I mean, you see again, Kyle Harrison only with 1 goal, letting his teammates do it, and that's going to be a tip. Let's see who's going to be able to come up with it. And there's a nice little move by Baller. See if he's going to be able to come up with the ground ball here. And he's able to do it, fighting through 2 STX players. Bosden finds Porter, and what a wrap check by Ritz. And the ball's still down and picked up by Desco. Desco with one hand between the legs takes the shot. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Absolutely. Tim Desco, human highlight reel, a fantastic goal. That's number 3 for him. Another hat trick for him, and you know, it seems like he's more comfortable shooting between the legs, shovel shots behind the back than he is shooting just straight on fundamental over the top.
Yeah, and that's a really fantastic shot, and that's something that Team STX does so well. Is score those garbage goals. If they get the ball in their sticks near the crease, the ball is going at the cage as quickly as they can possibly do it, and it's a great way to score goals, and it's really impressive what they're able to do. It looks like Davis is going to be taking some face-offs here for STX, and ball flipped back to Cunningham, who gets the ground ball, and over the top, big check coming from Max Davis, gets it to Hannigan. And back down to Christmas, 7-goal lead for STX. And 2 minutes to go in the game. And this one might be just for pride at this point, as Christmas able to come back and then takes the shot. And Russell was right there waiting for him. And again, with a full half-field pass. And you see Ballard again throw that rusty gate and gets it on the stick of Ritz. But good handle by Ritz. And you see Ballard again selling out. I mean, there's no give up in these guys. That's got to be a hold, flag down, as Tintel loses the handle, and you can see he's disappointed in himself with that one. Would have been a tough handle, but would have been able to keep the ball going.
He was holding 30.
Again, that's a The call from Biz, 30-second hold, technical going against Max Davis. With 1:25 to go, still 7-goal lead. But you see these guys out there selling out. You'd think the way these guys are playing that the game was tied. A lot of pride on the field for these guys. Definitely going to be out there trying to score goals here. Nice look back to Gill. Gill takes the shot and buries it. I don't know how he snuck that one in.
That was near side.
Yeah. He had about 3 inches over the shoulder next to the helmet. He was able to sneak that one in. Unbelievable shot. That's his second.
Gill's second goal. He started the scoring off for Team Maverick right there. But really snuck that one in. Like you said, barely any room, just pinpoint accuracy.
And that's John Christmas's 3rd assist on the day, so definitely getting it done passing. Hennigan gets the ball, looking for Christmas, finds him. Christmas takes the shot just off the mark as Corp able to back it up. 1 minute, 9 seconds to go. Still a 6-goal lead for STX. But Maverick out there trying to, and there's Kaz with the big-time check, able to knock the ball out of Corp's stick. And, I think we're going to have more than enough for a defensive highlight reel today. And there's Pollard trying to get the ball in. Delaney able to get the ball up the field, and Tintle with the ground ball. 44 seconds to go. Tintle takes the shot and buries the goal. And that cuts the lead back to 5. 44 seconds to go. And you can see the Maverick United players letting Tintle know that he took a great shot and buried it. Nicely done.
Low to high rip there from Tintle. Might be a little bit too late right now, but nonetheless a fantastic goal from Nick Tintle.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, it's not all that different from what we saw in the NBA Finals. You get two teams that are pretty evenly matched offensively, and when one of these teams starts going on a run, the other team just can't stop them. We saw the same thing happen when Maverick went on a run early in the game, and I think it's just the timing of the run for STX that was really the problem for Maverick.
And we got a tweet earlier this morning asking us if we thought Team STX was like the Miami Heat of lacrosse. I mean, you got Peter Baum, you got Sam Bradman, you got Kyle Harrison, Max Ritz. I mean, both these teams, though, I think are both star-studded on both sides of the ball. I mean, you look at John Christmas, Brandon Corp, Mike Gavazden. You have fantastic players on both sides.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, there's the last 10 seconds of the game, and I think this one's pretty much all buttoned up. As you see, Gavazden just give it a ride, and I think that's pretty much going to be the game. But like you said, there's no shortage of talent on either end of the field. I mean, you have to think that Bitter not being here definitely took an angle away from the offensive prowess of Team Maverick, but still a lot of firepower. As you see Corp out there able to score a bunch of goals, and Christmas doing his thing as well.
Absolutely. So Team STX advances to 2-0 record on the season for the LXMPRO Tour. Next stop is in Chicago. Make sure to check out www.adrln.com to find out more about the LXMPRO Tour and these LXM ATS events. But Chris, final thoughts on the game?
You can't be disappointed. I know the fans aren't. I mean, it was a fantastic play. You saw some real highlight goals. Some of the best goals that I've ever seen. Max Ritz, quick stick diving across low to high. You've got Desco, no look through the legs. There's some really, really high-level lacrosse players out there, and they put it all on display today.
Absolutely. I think one of the most important things out here, we talked about the growth of the game out west. You talked about it a little bit at the halftime interview with John O'Zizzi. But I think the important thing is that these youngsters out here at the Adrenaline tournament, they aren't exposed to very much Division I lacrosse, and all these players out here, these phenomenal players who get to come out, put on a show for these guys. I think it's really important for the growth of the game. It's really important for these guys to see such a high level of play and really be entertained by this kind of play. It's so exciting to see behind the backs, one-handed goals, and just to know that there are guys with this kind of talent, and that if you keep on playing, you could be one day you could be out here playing in an LXM.
Could be the next Peter Baum.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's a big get for LXM. Able to get a guy who came up through the program, was able to have a lot of success at the Division I level, win the Tewaaraton Trophy, and then come back and give back to the same program that helped him get to where he is. So it's an exciting day for West Coast lacrosse. It's an exciting day for lacrosse in general, and I can't wait for the next one.
Absolutely. So make sure to stay tuned throughout the LXMPRO season to the Lacrosse Network for all your LXMPRO coverage. Next stop is in Chicago in July, so make sure to, again, check out Adrenaline's website to find out more about that. And a huge thank you to all the sponsors here, Gatorade, Skills, Maverick, Cascade, STX. Really appreciate everything you guys do for the tour. And
yeah, and again, a special thanks to Ted Mendrick running the camera. Does a fantastic job down there. Always happy to have him out there. Special thanks to everyone running the backstage stuff for us at the Lacrosse Network, Julian back at the office, as well as JJ Threads for providing my clothing. Big thank you to you guys, and of course thank you to you fans. We wouldn't be able to bring you these games if you weren't tuning in, and we're happy to be able to. So for the Lacrosse Network and the LXMPRO Tour, I'm Chris Marshall, joined by Samir Chaudhry, and stay laxy.